this is Marie and I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be Betta Fish Tank Tour. So let's get started. So in this video I will be showing you and talking to you a little bit about everything that is inside the tank and also giving you guys a full tank tour. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, as you guys can see at the title of this video is going to be all about a Betta Fish tank tour. So here we go. Now, as you guys can see here, this is my new top fin 10-gallon aquarium starter kit tank, and currently my Betta Fish Scooby is living in this tank, and he is a male king Betta Fish, and I have had him for about a year now, and he's doing absolutely wonderful. He was living in a 5-gallon tank that you guys can see on the left and the right, and I decided to give him a full upgrade and give him a beautiful 10-gallon tank, and he's just been loving it for the last 2 weeks. He's been up and down, swimming inside, going through the plants, going through the cave. He is just absolutely loving it, and I think he's just so happy to have a bigger tank, to have more room and swim in, and just be a very happy fish. And so I'm so glad that he has been enjoying it. So I'm going to give you guys a little tank tour and show you guys everything that is in here. Now, like I said, I have had this tank for about 2 weeks now. It's been up and running, and it's just been working really well. I absolutely love it. I think it's one of my second favorite tanks that I have had so far. This is actually one of my biggest purchases that I have actually paid for at a PetSmart or even a pet store. I've never really bought like a brand name tank before at a pet store, so this is actually one of my very first top fin tanks that I've ever purchased, and the tank was currently on sale for $69.99, and it came with the tank, the lid, the LED lights, the filter, and this one came with a heater that I absolutely love, and it came with the cartridges also. And it was on sale for $69.99 during the holiday seasons. The original price was $89.99, so I think it's actually a great deal that it was actually on sale, but if it wasn't on sale, I think it would be absolutely a wonderful, good sized tank to purchase for the $89.99. I think it's really worth it, and I'm very happy and pleased with it so far. And of course you guys can see that Scooby just absolutely loves his tank, and I think he's just very happy with it also. So let's go ahead and give you guys a little full tank tour and show you everything that I decided to go ahead and put inside of this tank. So the very first thing I decided to go with was the substrate. And of course I had to stick with my natural theme that I always go with all of my tanks. And I decided to go with the brown natural gravel rocks. And of course I only got these, I didn't get these at Walmart this time. I actually got them at PetSmart because I was getting the tank at PetSmart and I did not want to go to Walmart to get the rocks. So I decided just to go ahead and pick up 2 5-pound bags at PetSmart. They were a little bit more pricier than they are at Walmart, but they're pretty much the same thing as my other 2 tanks that you saw on the side. So here is his substrate. So it's about 2 pounds of rocks inside of his tank, and they just look absolutely looking natural and nice, and that's how I was trying to go with my theme. So the next thing I went with, of course, is live plants. Now these are plants that are actually from my 20-gallon long aquarium. I took some out of there and put in here, and then I just bought some new ones for that tank. So the ones I usually have are these really tall firm, I believe they're called firm something plants. I get all of my plants at PetSmart because I seem to be the ones that are more healthier, and they always work out really well, and I haven't really had any issues with any of them in my other tanks, so I've been just sticking with the same plants from PetSmart. So I got one that's right here that's really tall, so I put one in the corner, and then on this side This is actually two of them put together. I just made it so it looks more fuller, and so I decided just to put two of them together to make it more fuller. And this one right here has grown a lot, as you guys can see how tall it's getting. These plants actually work really well. They actually grow a lot in my 20-gallon long. They've been really tall and growing really good, so I absolutely love these plants from PetSmart. So I got that one right there. And then I got one in the middle that's pretty much the same thing, but it's just a shorter version of it. And I decided just to put something in the middle to make it more fuller and not so bland and boring inside the middle part. So I decided just to put a little short one right there. So that's that one. And then in the back, I decided to put some more plants. And as you guys can see here, I got two of the same right here. These are those plants that I had in the 20-gallon long that I put in here instead. I was having some issues and problems with them in the 20-gallon. They weren't really surviving really well, so I decided to just put them inside of this tank because it's a smaller tank. And so far they've been doing really well. They have actually grown since then. They used to be a lot shorter to where the cave is right now, but they have grown so tall since then, like especially this one. You can see how tall it has grown. So I got two of those on each side. I wanted something a little bit different just to make it more fuller in the back and then have the shorter ones in the front. So I decided to go with that. So those are working out really well and growing very nicely. And then here's kind of what it looks like on the bottom of it. And you can see a lot of roots and stuff growing on the plants. So those are working out really well. Now moving on to the decoration, I was trying to figure out what decoration I wanted to put in here that would actually fit in here. So the same day when I got the aquarium, I did get this cave at the same time. Of course I couldn't put it in there to see if it would fit. So I was looking at this one first, and then I was looking at another one that was a little bit more skinnier and taller. It wasn't much taller, but it was skinnier and taller. And so I was like, no, I want something to actually fill up the whole back area, kind of like what my 20-gallon long one is. So I was trying to find one close to that one, but I couldn't. So this was the closest one that I was able to find. The only thing about this one that it did have plants on it. So as you guys can see here, it does have the fake plants on it. I was going to actually take them off, but I was afraid that it was going to mess up the cave, because I think they're kind of like glued in there. So I decided just to go ahead and just leave them in there. They don't really bother him that much. He swims around them, but they don't really poke him or hurt him or anything. They're really actually soft plants. So fortunately I do have fake plants inside of this tank. I didn't really want to have the ones with the fake plants, but I couldn't find another cave that actually had the size that I wanted like this one, and it makes it a lot more fuller in here. So I decided just to go with this cave and just stick with the fake plants that were in there. Maybe down the road I will try to maybe take them out and see if it looks a lot better, and maybe they don't look so terrible looking. But I mean, it goes with the theme that I'm trying to stick with, is that natural theme, so that's what I kind of did with. But it goes from all the way down to the bottom, and then it goes all the way up to the top. And then you still have this whole space right here that's clear. I was trying to find something that was a lot more taller to fill up more in the back, but this was the closest thing I could get. And I think it's nice because you got all the plants and decorations on the bottom, and then he just has a nice full plain area in the top part where he can swim around and stuff like that. So that is what that looks like. And of course he is just enjoying it. So there he is. Alright, moving on to the next thing is his heater. I'm not sure of the name of this heater. I'm guessing it's part of the Top Fin brand. But this heater is absolutely amazing. I love this heater. It heats up the water the temperature you need to have it on. It has like a little button that you can turn it a certain way to where you can have the thing come off and on when it needs to be. Right now the light is on, and it's a really tall heater. It goes like all the way up to there. So I was had a hard time trying to figure out where I was going to put it in this tank because of the cave and everything like that. But it worked out really well. I got it to where it doesn't touch the cave, but it goes down pretty well. And then it has like the little suction cups on the back. I like this one because it has 4 of them, and they stick really well, and it stays in place, and it doesn't bother anything. And it just works out really, really nice. I absolutely love it. And then here's what it looks like right there. Actually, the other part sticks up. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. Oh, and Scooby wants to say hello. So there he is. And then you got the filter cartridge and system right here. This thing is actually really nice. It has like a little gauge where I could turn it down and turn it up as I want it to go, the flowing part. So right now it's kind of like in the middle, as you could see it moving the water right there. So it's flowing kind of like in the middle medium size level. I can turn it down to where it stops it, to where it's really low, or I can go really high. Right now I kind of have it in the medium, and it works for him. It doesn't bother him or anything like that, and he is a bigger betta fish, so he can handle the more pressure than more normal bettas can do. So, and this is how the flow looks like. You can see it back there. But the little thing that goes down into the water just stops like right about there. So that's really nice, and it flows really nice. I really like it. So here's another overlook of everything. And you just you just have this plain black part right here. And then you got the lid part that's right here. That's a full like squarish kind of like lid. And then here is the little feeding hole. So that's nice. And Scooby's been actually really nice. He gets really happy when I open this because he thinks he's gonna get fed. And it didn't take him long to get used to this little hole where I could just drop the pellet in, and then he goes and catches it. And of course he's right there, so he probably thinks I'm going to feed him. See, he goes right to it, so he knows when I'm put the pellets in and stuff like that. So you can see he's looking because he really wants them. Sorry buddy, not yet. But that's what it looks like. So it's a really nice, good feeding hole. I like it. It's big enough to put the pellets in and everything. And then here's the filter back there. It's a good size filter for the size of it. And then here's like the little temperature, not temperature, but the gauge thing where you can flow it really fast or slow or medium and stuff like that. Like I said, it has it on medium. I'm going to try to see if I can move it with one hand. So let me see if I can turn it all the way down. Okay, that's on high right there. And I did have it on medium. And then we're going to turn it on low. It's kind of hard because it's in this little corner area. But it's kind of in the low section. So I kind of have it on medium. But it's nice that I can move it up and down and have it on like fast and low or medium for him, so it doesn't do too bad of it. So this is what it looks like right now. And you can't see it, but the part where the filter, not the heater part is right here that's sticking out, where I can push the button like of what temperature I want to set it at and everything. So that's where that is. So that is pretty much everything that's inside this tank. Like I said, it's been up and running for about 2.5 weeks now, and he has just been absolutely wonderful and loving his tank, and he's just very happy and healthy betta fish, and absolutely love my Scooby. He's just a beautiful king male betta fish, and he's just loving his tank. So that is pretty much, oh, and he does have a snail in here that's back there in the corner. I do just have one in here for right now, just to have something else in here besides him. So, but this is what it looks like. As you guys can see, like there's a whole difference between the two 5-gallon tanks, and then this tank is a lot taller. I kind of want to, down the road, upgrade the other two 5-gallons and get 2 more of these 10-gallon tanks, because I absolutely love these tanks. I think this tank has been one of my favorite tanks out of all of my tanks right now. Well, my second favorite, because of course the 20-gallon long is one of my favorite ones, but having a top fin brand that I have never actually owned before, I think I'm absolutely loving this tank, and it's really worth the money, and it's worth the price, and it's worth setting up and getting a bigger tank for your betta fish, and I absolutely love it. Now there is they do have the 10-gallon long ones, and then they have the 10-gallon tall ones. So I think I'm actually loving the 10-gallon talls a lot better. I don't know if it's a lot bigger. It's a lot more bulkier and bigger and stronger and heavier than your normal long waist 10-gallon tanks, kind of like the 5-gallons. So it is a little bit more heavier than the normal 10-gallon, but I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful tank, and I think it came out absolutely gorgeous. And Scoopy just loves his tank. He's been up and down. It only took him maybe 2 days to get used to the tank. The funny thing is that when I put this cave in here, he was laying on the bottom over here in the corner. It's kind of hard to see, but he was back there in the corner, and I thought there was something wrong with him. So I did a water change and moved the cave, and he came up. So I think he actually kind of got stuck there in the corner. So I actually had to move the cave all the way to the glass. So this side over here would have a lot of room where he could swim through, and then he just can't get through this side right here. But that was a little scary because I thought there was something wrong with him, and there wasn't. He was actually stuck in between the glass and the cave, so that was very sad, but hopefully, he was okay. He was just stuck, so I'm glad I was able to get him out in that little area part. But like I said, this is the top fin 10-gallon aquarium tank, and it is a beautiful tank. It's really worth the money. If you guys are looking for a 10-gallon tank, definitely get this tank. It's so worth it, and I absolutely love it. And so does my betta fish, Scooby-Doo. So, alright, so that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!